today we are making the Studio KSL coconut overnight oats recipe. You can see here they have tons of recipes. If you haven't checked them out, you can use my code for a discount if you want to join the program. I highly recommend it. And no worries if you don't. I'm just sharing this recipe with you guys because it's super healthy and I think you guys will love it. Here is everything you need to know about the recipe, so you can come back to this part of the video if you need the recipe, and we're gonna get started. I've never met a chia seed pudding that I didn't love. Chia seed pudding is great because you can mix in whatever you're craving. It's an easy, nutrient-dense recipe that's perfect for breakfast, snacks, or desserts. The benefits of chia seed pudding is rich in healthy fats from coconut milk, almond butter, which is packed with fiber and offers a boost of omega-3 fatty acids from chia seeds. Omega-3 fatty acids have endless benefits for our brain, metabolic, skin, and cardiovascular health. Plus, it has anti-inflammatory benefits. Ingredients we're going to need is sea salt, ground cinnamon, any kind of nut butter. I'm using almond butter, vanilla extract, maple syrup, get the all natural kind, chia seeds, unsweetened shredded coconut, and coconut milk or any kind of milk. If you like dairy, you can go with dairy. I don't like dairy, doesn't do well for my stomach, so I go coconut. You can do almond milk. And of course, don't forget to get yourself a beautiful little container to make it in, or some meal prep containers that can close and you can store for the fridge. You can see that this recipe makes quite a bit of servings, and I won't be making that much. I'll just be making 2 little servings here. Oh, and one more thing. I bought this the other day and I really want to try it. It's cinnamon cookie dough oat creamer. I am going to make one version with that and one version without it because the recipe does not have this. So we are going to do our own version in this cup, and we're going to do the recipe version in this cup because I love creating. Let's begin today's recipe. All right, we got our beautiful workspace. Now, let's begin. So we are going to do it a little bit differently because I don't have a lot of meal prep containers. I'm only going to do 2 servings. This one is obviously going to be full to the top. So this is going to be kind of more like maybe 5 servings, where this says it makes 6 to 8. So we're going to do just a little bit less, but you have the recipe. You can follow it however you like. So the first thing we're going to do is mix together the coconut milk, almond butter, maple syrup, vanilla, cinnamon, and salt. So the chunky stuff goes last, except for the nut butter, of course. First thing I'm going to add is the vanilla extract. It says 1 teaspoon for 8 servings. So since we're doing about half, we're going to do less than a teaspoon. I think you're basically adding it just for a sliver amount of flavor. A pinch of sea salt. Half a teaspoon, so like a 1/4 teaspoon. Two to 3 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. So we're going to do about 1 tablespoon in each. Oh boy, does that bring back summer memories of staying at the cabin at the lake. I don't know why, but it is bringing back memories that I didn't know existed. How much almond butter do we need? 3 tablespoons. So we'll do about 1 tablespoon in each. So if your nut butter is like this, just give it a good mix because the oil separates from the nuts. It's so annoying that it does that. You can see I mixed up my almond butter very nicely. So I got all the oil and the nuts separated. So we're going to do about a tablespoon in each. Coconut milk, so give it a little shake. There's any solidified milk at the bottom. It says we need, can't even open it, 3 cups of milk. So we're gonna do about 2/3 cup. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna eyeball it. And of course, for our little experimental one, we're going to be doing a little bit of the cinnamon cookie dough creamer. It doesn't smell any different. Now we stir these up very, very well. So now we are going to add our chia seeds and our coconut flakes. It says about 1/4 cup, so probably a teaspoon, maybe 2 tablespoons. Or maybe a teaspoon in each. And we are also doing, it says a cup of chia seeds. So we will do, since we're doing about half the recipe, we'll do 1/4 cup in each, roughly. Or maybe a little less than that. So chia seeds expand when they get wet. They turn into like a little jelly-like thing. So this thing will become like Jello. If you don't like Jello, you might not like this recipe, but the point is to be healthy, because I can guarantee you, unlike reading the description, I have never met a chia seed pudding that I actually like. I don't like this stuff, but I'm only doing it because it's important to my health. So now we are going to mix this together, and then we chill. It says airtight container, so this is not exactly airtight. I don't know if it will settle if it's not airtight, but I think we're going to find out together. So we let this mixture sit for 10 minutes, then stir again to prevent seeds from settling. Then after that, we transfer the mixture to an airtight container or individual jars. Jars, I think, like little mini jars you can get from Amazon, little meal prep things. I think that's a great way to like stay fit and healthy when it's so easy to just grab and go. Cover and refrigerate for at least 4 hours or overnight to thicken. So since it's the morning and I'm making this, I wanted to do this bright and early so that this will be ready for a afternoon pick-me-up, because I always could use an afternoon pick-me-up. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I certainly can. So, and then when we're done, we serve it with fresh berries, granola, nuts, or drizzle of almond butter, or a sprinkle more of cinnamon, or whatever you honestly desire. You could put a little bit of Greek yogurt on top. You're going to want to make sure that those chia seeds don't ride up on the sides and really get in there. It would be better to do this all in one big bowl, and then you can really mix it up. But for me, for right now, we're just doing tiny little containers. Be back in 10 minutes. Okay, now that it's been sitting for 10 minutes, we just give it one more little stir. Oh, it smells so good, actually. You can even do like, you can do so many themes. You can do like fall themes. You could do like pumpkin puree for like a fall version. Oh my gosh, there's so many things you could do, like nutmeg, cinnamon, pumpkin spice. There are so many options. Like, you're going to probably want to get rid of these clumps. I'm just having a tough time with my almond butter. But I'm just going to leave that for now. It's been a long time. Like, it's, I think, 5:30 now. I know I said I was going to grab it at 3, but the day left me. So let's give these a shot. We're going to try both flavors. So here are the toppings that I have personally picked for mine. You can obviously choose whatever you like. So here, for the fresh berries, I picked raspberries. I really like the sourness of them. I'm going to add a dash of cinnamon on top just for aesthetic appeal. because food always tastes better when it looks good. Oh, hello, sunshine. I'm going to add just a few pumpkin seeds since it's kind of chilly. Fall vibes. I got a fall little candle going. Hot chocolate smells so good. I also found these blush pears. I don't think I've ever tried them. So I'm going to dice up a little bit of that. And the blueberry cinnamon protein granola. I've tried it and it doesn't have a lot of flavor, which is perfect because we want to focus on that. But this will add nice protein, so it'll keep you fuller longer. It hasn't solidified yet. You see how it's still pretty liquidy? That either means that you didn't add enough chia seeds to absorb all of the milk. So you either didn't add enough chia seeds, or you added too much milk. You guys know that I was kind of eyeballing this. So yours should be more like a pudding. Mine is actually way too liquidy. So this one is not ready to eat. So what I'll do, so if this does happen to you, and I'm glad it happened to me so you can see even this one isn't quite there yet. What you do, you add a little bit more chia seeds to your mixture. This is going to have to sit for a couple more hours again. So that means that this will probably be dessert later. Unfortunately, it didn't set by the time the day was over. So this Food Friday was supposed to be out last Friday, and I'm so disappointed it wasn't able to get out in time. But it is the next morning. This has been sitting in the fridge for quite some time. So let's check and see if it is ready. Oh yes. See, that is the consistency you want. So I added much more chia seeds. So that's pretty much what you're looking for. A nice like thick jelly consistency. So now, like you guys saw how easy it is, and now you just add your toppings. So for me, like I said, I'm gonna add a little bit of raspberries, a tiny little bit of pumpkin seeds for nutrition and looks and the fall vibes. Look at how pretty that's looking already. My granola that I showed you guys in the last section of this video that feels like it's taking forever. And there you go. And then I'm going to do a sprinkle of cinnamon for their health benefits as well as aesthetics. There we have it. A very, very healthy, nutritious breakfast. It's very easy. Obviously, like I said, though, you just have to let it sit basically overnight. That's the point of overnight oats. And I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to taste test together after I get my beautiful shot. I just got out of a workout, so that's why I look beautiful and glowing. Okay, guys. I gotta say, it smells like fall. It smells like pumpkin puree. I know we didn't put that in there. It smells like cinnamon. I mean, this is obviously good for any time of the year, but I don't know if it's just because I'm, like, dreaming of fall vibes. But this smells like fall. We got a nice mixture of everything, so let's give it a shot. Gonna get a little bit of the goodies. That was pretty much all granola, so I'll give you a second feedback after this bite. Okay. Here's one with a raspberry. Okay. Okay, it's serving. Okay. I like the sweet and the sour with the raspberry because I'm not a huge sweets person. So if you're not a sweets person either, I would suggest adding a sour berry or a sour fruit in here. Now, let's try the pudding alone. Just a gloob of gloob. This looks like caviar. So fancy. Okay, guys, here's the real test. There was a huge chunk of almond butter in that one. Wow, okay. Out of every single chia seed pudding I've ever eaten in my entire life, which I've made a few different recipes, this one by far is my favorite. And I can definitely see myself eating this again. I was actually telling my friend that when I used to eat chia seed pudding, of course, I'm only eating it for the health benefits. I'm not eating it because I love it. I would much rather have a breakfast full of hash browns, bacon, sourdough bread, French toast. The only reason why I'm doing this is for my health. And I was telling my friend that when I used to eat chia seed pudding, I would literally gag. I would literally gag trying to swallow it. And I'm not gagging today. Quote of the day. So, you know what? It's actually pretty good. It's actually not bad. And I would definitely make this again. And I'm not gagging, so that's good. That means that if I eat this for snacks, for afternoon pick-me-ups throughout the week, for breakfast, hell, even for supper, you can eat this. If you're like not a traditional folk and you don't care if you have breakfast for supper or whatever, this is actually a good meal, snack, whatever. Obviously, I'm not going to eat this whole thing. I'm just going to finish up the toppings with some chia seed pudding. Even the pumpkin seeds are good in it. You can get very creative. Add different textures, add different flavors. Change it up every week. Meal prep for your family, your spouse, yourself, your friends, your coworkers. Let's get healthy together, you guys. But something that I thought would be like a 3 out of 10 is a lot higher than that. So that's all I'm going to say for you guys. I'm very pleased with it. I'm actually very pleased with it. I can see myself satisfyingly eating this for getting my health and nutrition in, and after recovery for a workout, I'm pleasantly surprised. I gotta say thank you to Studio KSL. If you guys, obviously this isn't sponsored, but I spoke about them before. It's a beautiful community. I think it's mostly aimed for women, so it's like a nice, safe place for women. You can use my code here and join for 20% off. And I think it's just such a fun way to get fit with your fitness family. And there's so many recipes on there, as you guys can see, and very healthy stuff, and I want to get fit with you guys together. So let's encourage each other to get better. And if you're interested in making the recipe of the week, I highly suggest it. It's a nice, healthy option and refreshing for summer and coming into fall. Okay, cheers, guys. Here comes the airplane. I'm just joking.